Cheers, y'all. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Tyler Egan, and today I'm going to share why I quit personal training. But first, we hydrate. For anybody who's potentially new here, I'll briefly get you caught up. Long story short, I started posting content in like 2018, just sharing my fitness journey. In 2019, I got certified in personal training. I started to see how changing my behaviors was changing my life. So 2019, I got certified. In 2020, during the slamdemic, I had extra time on my hands, so I started helping people as a personal trainer. I started online, and mostly started with my friends. And then by 2021, I started to do it in a gym setting because the gyms were opening back up and whatnot. So, yeah, and then from 2020 to the end of 2023, so almost 4 years, I was a personal trainer, and I did online training and coaching as well. So, yeah, I mean, most of the people that I've connected with know me as a personal trainer, as a coach. Kind of a lot of the circles I've gravitated towards on the internet and the friend groups I've made and whatnot. And now it's like I'm still helping people. It's just I've shifted directions in how I'm helping people. If I'm being completely honest, this is like the 15th video I've made because I never feel like I can find the right words. It actually feels like I'm going to fuck this up. Like I could possibly do something wrong. And, one of the things I'm realizing the more and more I've been on this journey of health, like it started with my fitness journey, and then it turned into, okay, how can I change my career? And then it turned into just like which was still like an umbrella of like my health, right? Like my career had more to do with my mental health, and the gym had something more to do with my physical health, but I was always missing something. Going into the gym and working out better, trying to change my career, because when I started personal training, I had been at a job for like at the time like 6 years that was like a career job that I was headed in. I worked my way up in a company, starting like literally as the trash guy, so to speak. I was a grunt. I was bottom of the totem pole. I worked my way up. I was working an office job. I was probably, if I had finished out my last year there, with everything I was doing, I probably would have been making almost 60 grand, 55, 60 grand, somewhere in there. Good benefits, a 401k, like on paper, everything looked great, but I was dead inside. And so I became a personal trainer. It felt like it was the next step for me. I wanted to give back to the world. I wanted to help people. My mother, not always, my mom tells me frequently enough that when I was a kid that I always wanted to help people, so much so that I would get in the way. And there's actual footage of it. This is pretty cool because my parents have like old VHSs, and we watched them like 7 or 8 years ago. And you would literally see me just get in the fucking way all the time. It's so cool. So anyway, I now know that like my purpose in life is to help people. It's just the question I always come back to is how. Personal training was such a good vehicle. Fitness was such a good vehicle because there's a very important role that fitness, and not even fitness as we know it, but just movement and exercise plays. There's a very big role that those play in reaching a state of health. And I say that way intentionally. It's a state of health. It's not necessarily a goal that you can achieve. It's a state of being. It's being a sound mind, body, and soul. Fully accepting all of yourself. And that's the direction I'm headed in. The personal training thing, I'll kind of tell you about that. Like I decided from the beginning that I made a decision from the beginning that I was going to work for myself. I did not want to be swayed by big box gyms and their cultures, or even a smaller gym and whatnot. I wanted to find out the truth about health, about mental health, about physical health, about spiritual health. I mean, if I go back in time, I started making podcasts in 2020 also. And I remember making a podcast in like the summer of 2020, stating that health is a mind, body, and soul thing. It's not just your BMI or your weight or what you look like in the mirror. And so it's being of sound mind, body, and soul. So you have to, of course, heal your body of the physical ailments, but that requires a certain level of mental healing too. And so the direction I'm heading in now is to help and guide and facilitate people, or to help guide and facilitate your healing journey. What was the one I came up with there? I think I wrote it down over there. Oh, a mindfulness practitioner, if you will, a holistic health educator. Because the culture we live in with health and whatnot, the way these marketers and the marketing is bombarded and jammed down our throats, is that everything talks about how we need to fix the outside world to heal the inside, and it's completely false. Health is an inside-out job. And so every client I continue to work with kept teaching me that in some way, shape, or form. Every client I worked with, I was able to take bits and pieces, because most of them just thought that the workouts would get them the body they wanted. And then you had the people that recognized that it was, a diet change and an exercise change. And sprinkled in there were the few people that recognized that it was like everything. It was a mind, body, and soul thing. And so, 2022, I had a really good year as a personal trainer. I made decent money, had a lot of on paper success, but I still felt like something was significant was missing inside of me. I still felt like I was moving. What I was building was from a place of I'm not good enough, rather than coming from a place of I am good enough and I want to share that with the world. And that, combined with the bits and pieces I was learning from each one of my clients as I was trying to help them, helped me heal the deeply rooted wounds within myself, the traumas I had, the negative energy and emotions that were stuck inside of my body, the guilt and shame that I felt, the deep unworthiness that I felt. All of it showed me that. And even through the success I had in 2022, it didn't help any of that. And so 2023 rolled around, and I slowly started to see what I had built fall apart. Like I was having a hard time bringing clients in. I was having a hard time with the clients that I was working with. Like there was this massive disconnect, because with each client I took on and worked with, like I said, I learned something new. And what each client kept showing me was that this is an inside-out job. This is an inside-out job. You have to heal what's inside of you. And the fact that I wasn't able to heal what was inside of me made it really hard for me to reach the people I was working with, because you can only meet people at the level that you're at. And so if I'm trying to help people with things that I haven't even healed within myself, there's always going to be a disconnect. Every one of my clients kept teaching me this and teaching me this and teaching me this. And by 2023, I just started to realize, like, this is falling apart. I don't know what to do. Everything I've ever been taught was, okay, I have to fix something, I have to fix something, I have to fix something. There was this fixer inside of my mind. I had an egoic construct, a mental construct, this fixer that I was, and I had to fix everything. Until I just started to let go and surrender to what the universe was showing me, what God was showing me. And that is that I have to learn to let go of control. And I just kept hearing, not directly this way, but in different ways that only I would understand, that I have to let the business I had created fall apart, because there was something bigger trying to come to me. A bigger, my vibration was changing, my energy was changing, and I had to shed the old way of living to welcome the new in. Said differently, I had to learn to accept the negative emotions and energies, the negative traumatic experiences that were lodged within me, the egoic constructs I had created, the ego I had created unintentionally, unconsciously. I had to begin to shed that, accept it, and love it to move forward. So I let my business fall apart. I let it all fall apart. I watched myself go broke and found a place of acceptance for myself in the process. And what that taught me is that what the fitness industry offers and what the idea of a personal trainer offers is not the direction I'm headed in. I want to help people genuinely find health. And what I've learned that means is I want to help you heal the deep negative energies, emotions, traumas, the unworthiness you feel. I want to help you heal that and reach a state of health in the way we're meant to, inside out. The outside world is a direct reflection of what's happening inside of us. What you see outside of you, although you can identify your coworker sucks, is a reflection of what is inside of you. Oh my God, is that the fucking truth? And the more and more I could accept the negativity, the darkness within me, the more and more it became very clear on which direction I was supposed to go. As much sense as this does not make to my own logical, rational way of thinking, I had to let myself go broke. Because again, in the process, I was able to accept the darkness within me. And once I could accept the darkness within me and get past all the logical, rational explanations and all the ways to fix the business, all the ways to become a better personal trainer, the more and more I could see that being a personal trainer was not in alignment to the next step in my life. I can't believe I'm actually about to say this because it just showed up in my mind out of the 15 tries that I've done to make this video, but deep down I know that I am a healer. I'm here to help people heal and move past the old way of living in this world of, and I feel such a lightness as I fucking say that. The old, like, dense, heavy way of moving throughout this world from an energy of I'm not good enough, so the outside world has to fix me. And you can have help along the way. And that's where the next stages of my life are taking me. To come back to my personal training story, I watched myself go broke, and in the process, like, I started to see clients fall apart, or relationships with clients fall apart. People come and go. Some clients, we weren't aligned anymore. Some of them left. Some of them I had to part ways with, make the decision on my own to part ways with because it wasn't working. And all I was doing was wasting their money. And that did not sit well with me. You know, when I was doing in-person one-on-one training, I could justify it to myself because they were coming to the gym. I was putting them through a workout, and we were talking about things, and I could help people to express themselves and just say what's on their mind. And being a personal trainer, you know, a lot people will tell you shit that, you know, maybe it's not your place to know. And I'll just give you guys an idea. I don't know if the woman who told me this is going to see this video, but honestly, I don't really care. Or I'm learning to let go of the care that I actually have inside of me because that statement isn't completely accurate. One of my old clients told me about how and I'm going to leave gender out of it too, so I'm not too specific on anybody, but one of my clients told me how they cheated on their spouse at one point in their life, years ago. And now I'm thinking to myself, what led to that person telling me that? You know, they trusted me. They trusted me. It was a safe space for them to share something extremely vulnerable about themselves. And back then I could justify charging people the money for it. But working with people more one-on-one online, I couldn't do it anymore. People were just wasting their money to work with me when they weren't doing the workouts I laid out for them. They weren't taking my nutritional advice. What people got and will always get, if you ever decide to work for me, or work with me, not work for me, but work with me, is a comprehensive, very detailed explanation for why I guide people the way I do, and how you can adapt my philosophy for yourself. I'm very thorough. What people get from what they pay is astoundingly different, and I consistently undervalued myself. But I couldn't just, like, mentally, I just had this subconscious belief that I couldn't justify charging more for what I offered. And so I had to cut ties with certain people. Some people left because people just weren't doing the things and didn't make sense to me anymore. I couldn't justify it. So I just watched it all fall apart. And there were a couple people who stuck around. By fall of 2023, I had 4 clients left, and that was September. So in October, I was down to 2. By December, I was down to 1. So it was just me and this one person left from what I had built. And I'm like, I don't know the direction I'm headed anymore. But the one person that was left, like, what we were doing was work. This person had lost a bunch of weight. This person, at one point, came to me. I didn't even try to get an answer out of this person. I wasn't trying to help anybody heal anything at the time. We weren't talking about traumatic experiences. I recognized how psychology can influence the rest of our biology. And so if your mindset isn't structured the right way, your body is always going to follow this. And so I started to work with people on mindset. And this person grabbed a hold of that and was able to use those tools just as much as the physical tools I gave from workouts and nutritional advice and all these things. They were able to grab a hold of that and take it to the next level with me. So I'm just like, I don't even know where to go from here, because this isn't personal training anymore. This is so much more. Like, some people have thrown the idea at me of life coaching. I'm like, that doesn't feel right either, because, like, I'm just navigating through my own life and helping people figure out this shit as they go too. But, like, maybe in some sense I am a life coach now. I don't know. So anyway, before I distract myself more, because I'm really good at that, this one person stuck by me and kept adapting with me as I kept adapting. Kept going and kept going and kept going. And the more and more we continue to work together, the more and more our check-ins turned into, like, these meetings where we would work on deep healing. This person would open up and be vulnerable with me. And I could feel the shift in that person. So, like, on my own, in my own journey, I was doing the things, right? Like, I talk, or maybe I don't talk about it yet, but you'll see. Like, I'm going to talk a lot about breath work. I'm going to talk a lot about, psychological things and healing your own traumas and stuff like that. Changing your vibrational frequency and all of that kind of stuff. As I was doing that to myself, and I would level up, so to speak, if we view, like, life as just this game of leveling up to meet the next version of yourself. As I kept doing that, this person kept going with me and with me and with me. And I'm like, I don't know what this is anymore. We just kept working together, and I'm like, I knew personal training was done, but I didn't know where to go to next. In the process, I kept sharing things about myself, like sharing my own healing journey. What started as my fitness journey then turned into a business adventure, which turned into all these different journeys, is now me healing the wounds inside of my own heart and sharing how those things don't have to hinder us, but can be a catalyst for transformation and change within our lives, to find our soul's calling and pursue that with unwavering conviction that it will happen. Wow, that was such an awesome way to say that. I've never said it that way before. Doing the work myself, doing the deep intrinsic inner work myself, healing my own wounds, healing my own subconscious beliefs, was so liberating for me. And I got to share it with this one person that stuck by me after I stopped doing personal training. Like, I told the person, I'm like, I'm not a personal trainer anymore. I'm not a coach. I don't know what this is. We kind of went with mentor for a little bit. Man, God bless this person, because holy shit, was it probably confusing as hell being around me during that like 6-month transitional period, because I was all over the place in a lot of ways. I was still helping with workouts, still helping with nutrition, but I started to see the bigger picture. The nutrition, the workouts, all that stuff will fall into place if you deal with the deep intrinsic wounds in your own heart that are causing you to move, take action from a energy of I'm not good enough. Man, if any of that resonated with you and you let that last part land, so big, because this entire journey showed me how much I was moving from that place of I'm not good enough. I started in the gym. Like, I literally remembered the thought process I had when I started in the gym. Like, I used to shame myself into the gym. Like, if you don't go to, I'm like tearing up thinking about it. If you don't go to the gym and lose weight, you'll never, like, the phrase I said to myself that helped me find the inspiration to move the direction of my life in a different way was, I was drunk as shit in the mirror, or drunk as shit one night, looked in the mirror, I was like, how can you expect anybody to like or love you if you can't like or love you? And so while that helped me, I realized now that I was moving from a place of lack. I was moving from a place of shame. I had no idea how to heal it, and I didn't want to ask for help. Now I can see it was because healing it on my own is now giving me the tools necessary to help you heal that on your own too. And let me just share, like, you want to know how, in this way, in this moment, that is the case? Because I could have never shared any of this shit about myself a couple years ago. And one of the things I've learned from listening to other people share their vulnerability, or watching other people, seeing other people, being around people that are willing to be vulnerable, is it gives you permission, if this resonates with you at all, to feel that too, because you are not alone. So this person stuck by me, and with each level I took, this person took it with me in their own way. I just began to see the picture clearer. Like, I'm here to help people heal. And not just by working with them one-on-one, which is what I'll be doing. Not just by sharing content, which is what I'll be doing. Not just by educating people, which is what I will be doing. Or which is what I'm already doing. I'm already doing it. I don't know why I'm saying it that way. I'm already doing it. Speaking the shit into existence, motherfuckers. It's not just in those ways, but it's also just having this, you know, a couple years ago, I defined what love means to me. And there's so much more to it than just this, but like the simplest way I can put it that encapsulates a good chunk of it that feels right to me is love is unwavering acceptance. And the more I have this unwavering acceptance for who I am and the journey that I am on, the more I can help other people in the same way. And the more and more I can see my soul's calling, the more and more I can see my purpose. I can't see the whole picture. What I know now is I am a healer and I am here to help you heal. But how all of that will unfold is still a mystery and a process and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like you have to take a leap of faith in order to get to the other side of the rainbow. Like, who knows? If you want to find the pot of gold, who knows what the rainbow will encapsulate? But, or like, you could fall through the rainbow, you know? Like, who knows? Is it translucent, or is it an actual physical, visceral thing that you can hold on to? I don't know. It looks like you just fall right through it like a cloud. But anyway, I digress there. I had to cultivate faith in where I'm going next. Because like the negativity inside of me was so intrinsically a part of who I was, that I had to learn to accept those parts of myself. And for me, what that looked like was sitting in the fire. It felt like I was literally engulfed in flames with the negative emotions and energies inside of me, the guilt and shame I felt. And even to this day, I still feel it. I had to sit with those emotions and energies and just allow them to be there without trying to fix it or do something differently, without escaping, without grabbing an iPad and distracting myself, because work became that for me. And working for myself was never about grinding or working my face off or proving my own worth. That's kind of, it's like partially true, partially not. I'm not trying to prove my worth to the outside world. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, and I did. You know, I had, to give people an idea, like, I mean, I was making like, depending on overtime and stuff like that, I was making anywhere between like 45 to 60 grand at my old job for the last few years I was there. In 2022, working as a self-employed personal trainer, I made 45 grand. So I made just about the same amount. So I proved to myself that I could do it. And then once I did that, all the wheels started to fall off the car, and the car wasn't moving anymore. Because I'm like, okay, this isn't calling me anymore. What's next? It took me a little bit to see it. I resisted it. I fought it. I tried to find all the ways around it until I was like, this isn't going to work anymore. And the more and more I let it fall apart, I let myself go broke. I got to see the negative energy within me, see the negativity within me, see the trauma, see the generational patterns, the generational curses, whatever you want to call them, right? To me, they're just like generational patterns or traumas that are passed down. Like the way your parents think is can be passed down to you too. So that kind of thing. The more and more I got to see those things, the more and more I got to accept them and hold this space of unwavering acceptance for myself. More and more I could do that, and the more and more I've released the energy and stopped carrying around my old baggage from the past and could see the truth. And even as this is take 15 for this video, I'm finally being able to see like where my next step is, and that is to help people heal. I am a healer. There's something deeply intrinsic about me that's telling me right now that that is a part of my identity, at least for the next season of life I'm about to enter. Probably not forever. Yeah. But it goes farther beyond that, because through my journey, what personal training truly taught me is the importance of physical movement, the importance of nutrition, how this all plays a role in the bigger picture of what it means to be healthy. What it means to be healthy, what it looks like, what it feels like to be healthy. Right? Let's kind of like phrase healthy in a different way for a moment, because it's been coined in a different direction from the fitness industry and what we see on television and shit like that. But true health is wellness. True health is vitality. True health is freedom. True health is liberation from the shackles of this backwards society that tells you that you need to go to a doctor to identify if you're healthy. You need blood work to identify if you're healthy. And let me just be perfectly clear. If you're somebody who has ailments, I'm not saying don't go to your doctor and get blood work done. What I'm saying is, on a deep down, the truth of the matter is, we have the raw capability, the intrinsic ability to discern if we are healthy on our own without a doctor, without blood work, without labs, without any of that shit. That stuff can just make it all better or help you if you are super unaware of what's happening inside of you. Those things have their time and place. I'm not saying not to do that, but the ability that our mind and our body, if aligned and coherent with one another, has the connection between your mind and body, there's a raw capability within there for you to be able to discern whether you're actually healthy or not. And our society tells us that we need a pill to lose weight, that we need a diet to lose weight, that we need a doctor to tell us if we're healthy, that we need to be this, that, the other thing. The outside world fixes the inside. And guys, this is all an inside-out job. Health is an inside-out job. Health is a part of healing. That's why the word heal is in health. Well-being, wellness, the bigger picture encapsulates all of it. If you truly want to be healthy and lose weight, you have to do the deep inner work of healing old wounds inside of your heart, whether that meant you were physically abused or there was emotional neglect or emotional abandonment when you were a kid, whether it was all internal or all external. No matter which end of the spectrum you're on with the traumatic experiences that you've been through in your life or the wounds that you carry around or the baggage that you have, it is an inside-out job. The world can't fix the problems that are inside of your heart, but your mind will try to fix the problems that are inside of your heart by taking action, by being a fixer, by doing all of these things. When in reality, what's in our heart is probably just some hurt, scared, younger version of yourself that just wants to be seen, heard, and loved. And my personal training journey took me to a place within myself to see that, and accept the next stage in my life. So that's kind of where I'm going now. That's what I learned from personal training. That's why I quit personal training, because I realized that it's not even necessarily quitting, it's evolving. It's evolving into the next chapter in my life. It is evolving into the next season of my life. I'm not necessarily quitting in a traditional sense, like I give up. No. All quite contrary, my friend, because the amount of people that DM'd me after they saw I wasn't posting content, I was just like, I hope you're okay, please don't give up. It was astounding to me. I'm like, oh my God, does it really seem like I'm giving up? I wonder what people mean. Like, am I giving up on life? Like, I'm not. It's like, okay, this is the pathway I was on, and the destination is this is the pathway I was on. The destination is the glass of water, but now it's kind of going this way and this way. And my quality of life has never gotten better in the process. I've never felt better physically. I feel like such a less of a need to get super jacked and big and strong. I feel myself accepting, like not only defining what some of these things in life mean to me, but accepting the definitions I've created. So like what it means to be a man to me. I spent a lot of time over the last 4 years figuring out what it means to be a man. And what it means to be a man does not mean I have to be the biggest, strongest, most jacked guy in the room. It doesn't mean I have to be stronger than every woman. It doesn't mean I have to be a specific way or be egotistical. It doesn't mean any of that shit. To me, being a man means both being strong and firm. It means being strong, firm, and compassionate, kind, and caring. And just accepting that about myself. So that's why I quit personal training. That's the direction I'm headed in moving forward. I mean, if you're still here, thank you. I'd appreciate it if you could throw a like on my video. Leave a comment if you want. That helps and stuff. Subscribe to the channel. Those things definitely help. So I appreciate it if you're still here. But with the direction I'm headed in now is, again, like I recognize that I am a healer. I'm here to help people heal. And that encapsulates so many things, which I will get to down the road. You'll start to see it more. You know, all the tools that we need to achieve a healthy life, to find our soul's calling, to heal the wounds inside of our heart. All the tools we need are inside of us. Your breath. I'm getting kind of emotional thinking about it because it's so fucking true. Like all of the tools we need are right here. Like me just speaking my truth to the world right now is helping me heal something right now. I can feel it. I just don't know what it is. Breath work is so powerful. Good quality nutrition can leave you feeling nourished rather than feeling hungry, like you're still missing something. You ever notice how you eat like 100 Twinkies? You eat like a cupcake. You eat a bunch of junk food and then you're left still feeling hungry. You see how like this outside world is creating an internal lack because you're eating not nutrient-dense food, but there's still calories. And we're taught just to focus on calories and protein. Instead of eating like a banana, there's one right there, maybe think of it, and actually feeling a little bit more nourished. All the things we need are right here. They're naturally occurring. Your body and your mind are both tools to heal the respective parts within you that need to be healed. The egoic construct you created and the ego that we all have, does that need to be healed? Okay, how can you use your mind as a tool? Or in your heart and in your body? If you have a lot of joint pain, if you have ailments, illnesses, the dis-ease in your body is showing the lack of harmony within your body. Myself included. I am not sitting here from a pedestal acting as if these things aren't the case for me. I still have back pain sometimes. I still have hip issues. My body's kind of jacked up. My left shoulder feels weird right now. I feel like a little discomfort, you know. I still have acne on my body. These diseases, my body's response to a lack of harmony within my body is showing me that there's still things to be healed. So I am on this boat with you, but these diseases, these illnesses, these conditions are all indicators. They're clues that there's healing to be had inside. And your mind and your body, no matter which avenue you go down or which avenue you feel called to go down right now, are both tools to heal the respective parts or the counterparts, to get closer to your soul, to feel connected to the source of our creation. Call it God, call it the universe, call it source energy. It's all the same thing if you ask me. And find out what it is you're here to even do. Whether it's movement, breath work, actually being nourished, sleep, yoga, meditation, all of these things that we don't necessarily need anything or anybody for. Again, I'm not saying community and people can't be there to help you along the way. What I'm saying is all the tools you need are inside of you. And as a healer and as somebody who's here to help people heal, my job is to do is to help you see and maybe even extract that out of you. Take the banana out of the peel so you can see that there's a delicious treat inside. It kind of looks like a wiener, so be a little immature in the process and have fun with it. But that's where I'm going. That's why I quit personal training. That's the direction I'm headed in. And I feel really good about this after 15 takes. So thank you all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment if you can. That'd be really awesome. What we can expect moving forward is this will be my personal channel where I'm going to share my journey, be vulnerable, all those things, because there's a lot of healing that occurs for me as I share these things, and I can only hope that it helps at least one person. Over on the My Muscle Experience page, which I'll leave a link down in the description, the YouTube channel is where I'll be sharing a lot more of the educational content, because what MME, My Muscle Experience, is going to be about is just a holistic health education. What I wrote down earlier. My job in a way will be like a mindfulness practitioner and a healing facilitator as an individual. Is that all I wrote? Yeah. And what we'll be doing over there, whether it's just through content, through working with people one-on-one, whatever it is helping you heal your mind, body, and soul. So I think I'm going to go to the gym now and eat that banana. So thank you all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment. Go over to the MME page and subscribe to that there. There'll be a lot more content on this platform and Instagram and stuff like that moving forward. So that's it. That's all. Peace out, and I hope you all have a great day.